David Goggins is the toughest man alive in the planet today, one of the greatest endurance athletes of all time. He is the only member of the US Armed Forces to complete SEAL training, the US Army Ranger School, and the Air Force Tactical Air Controller training. He completed Hell Week 3 times. He served in the combat in Iraq, was a bodyguard of the Iraqi Prime Minister. He held the Guinness World Record for most pull-ups of 4,030 in 24 hours. He has completed more than 60 ultramarathons, triathlons, and setting new records. He ran over 7,000 miles in a single year. The king of no excuse. In his book, Can't Hurt Me, he shares his astonishing life journey. His story can inspire you immensely, can help you discover your full potential, demolish fear, and achieve your goal. David Goggins had one of the most difficult childhood you can ever imagine. His father physically abused his mother and him frequently. Physical and mental torture of his father created toxic stress and mental trauma in his head. His mother left his father's house when he was 8 years old to save them from the physical and mental pain. Then they have to face extreme poverty. Poverty, prejudice, and struggle colored his childhood and haunted his nights. He struggled in his studies with learning disability. During school days, he had to face racism many times for being black. His life was threatened. At that time, he didn't know how to deal with so much of pain and emotions. He was full of pain and had no purpose in life. He felt his life like a disaster. He had a dream to join Air Force, but he failed in the entrance test. He wanted to change. He started something called accountability mirror. One day, when he saw himself on mirror, he saw a man with no purpose, no future. He was desperate for change. He didn't like himself. He said to himself he was uneducated with no real-world skills, zero discipline, and a dead-end future. He held himself accountable for everything. He started setting some goals. At first, his goals involved shaping his physical appearance and accomplishing all his goals without being asked. He became tougher, and being tough and resilient helped him to meet his goals. On his third try, he met the minimum standard for Air Force. By the time he graduated, he knew that the confidence he had managed to develop didn't come from a perfect family or God-given talent. It comes from the personal accountability which brought him the self-respect, and self-respect will always light a way forward. One day, he was watching a TV show of Navy SEAL. The show was about basic underwater demolition SEAL training through Hell Week. This is the most physically demanding training in military. He felt jealous of the people undergoing the training. They were about pride, dignity, and the type of excellence that came from bathing in fire. They were not motivated, they were driven. It became his goal to become a Navy SEAL. The show acted like a virus moving cell to cell, taking over. He contacted Navy recruiters and told his story. Everyone turned him down as he was too heavy. One recruiter considered his request, but he had to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months. It was nearly an impossible task. But not all physical and mental limitations are real, and human being had a habit of giving up too soon. He never gave up. For 2 months, he had dedicated his entire existence to that one moment, and he cleared the exam to become a Navy SEAL. Joining Navy was his dream to challenge himself physically and mentally. Now it was time to go through the BUTS training. The most difficult part is the Hell Week in the 6 months training. Hell Week is about suffering, and it is 130 hours straight training. This is a test that goes way beyond the physical and reveals your heart and character. More than anything, it reveals one's mind. Hell Week consists of 5.5 days of cold, wet, brutally difficult operational training on fewer than 4 hours of sleep. Hell Week tests your physical endurance, mental toughness, pain and cold tolerance, teamwork, attitude, your ability to perform work under high physical and mental stress and sleep deprivation. In Hell Week, trainees are always in motion, running, swimming, paddling, carrying boats on their head, sit-ups, push-ups, rolling in sand, slogging through mud, paddling boats and doing surf passes. Hell Week is designed to show you that human is capable of much more than you know. It opens your mind to the true possibilities of human potential, and with that comes a change in your mentality. You no longer fear cold water or doing push-ups whole day. Physical training is a perfect tool to learn how to manage your thought process, because When you are working out, your focus is more likely to be single-pointed and your response to the stress and the pain is immediate and measurable. David Goggins had gone through 3 such hell weeks. How he prepared himself to bear all that physical pain and gather that kind of mental strength. Here he talks about the 40% rule. He says, sadly, most of us give up when we have only given around 40% of our maximum effort. Even when we feel like we have reached our absolute limit, we still have 60% more to give. It is simply a matter of stretching your pain tolerance, letting go of your identity and all your self-limiting stories. This is the 40% rule, and the reason it's so powerful is that if you follow it, you will unlock your mind to new level of performance and excellence in life. He was looking for a way to contribute to the families of the men who were killed in the battlefield. He searched for the toughest races of the world to collect money for the fund. He ran many ultramarathon and toughest races of the world. He constantly asked himself what he is capable of. Then he held a world record for completing 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours. He believes that victory comes when we go beyond physical pain and suffering. To overcome his learning disability, he used to write down each pages of his textbooks over and over again. To lose 106 pounds in 3 months, he practiced for hours and hours. To hold the world record of 4,030 push-ups, he did 400 pull-ups each day and 67,000 pull-ups in 9 months. He ran 1 marathon with 1 fractured leg. He is a living example that human being can achieve anything. Hope the life of David Goggins can guide you in achieving your goals. Thank you so much for watching.